Ineos have held fresh talks with potential Erik Ten Hag replacements. Meanwhile, Mason Greenwood has been retained by Manchester United, and guess what? The world has not come to an end. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. You're watching me. Life is moving on. So what were they saying that he can't return? Greenwood back. Greenwood back. Greenwood back. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb. This is, of course, the evening update. Man United is a gift that does not stop giving. Guys, we thank the man above for this gift of this beautiful club that gives us sleepless nights at times. I keep telling people the last season was such a painful one because guess what? Instead of having the best sleep when United won, I had sleepless nights whenever we won a game of football. I had sleepless nights. You can imagine what happened in the FA Cup final. This is just how crazy this club is. But there are reports coming through that United is preparing a bid for a player, £51 million bid for Goncalo. But those transfer talk is not what I'm here for. Let me stick to why I'm here. So Mason Greenwood has been retained in my Manchester United. He's in the retained list, and honestly, when this list came out and I saw his name, the one thing I was waiting for, I said, let me give it time and study and see what is going to happen. The backlash. Are people going to be all over X trying to say, Ineos, you can't do this, you're traitors, how can you keep and retain this boy? Guess what? Life moves on. Majority of the people, like I've been saying, the biggest majority of Man United supporters want Mason Greenwood back at Manchester United. And I'm thinking the hypocrites will be there saying the majority of Man United supporters want Erik Ten Hag to stay. Ineos should listen to the majority. Yet when it comes to Greenwood's return, majority want him back, but the few minority might want to usurp the majority. Hypocrisy of the highest order. But we here on the United Hotspot will not support this. We will be here every day to call you out. I want to credit Ineos for making the first right step in the right direction. His name is there in the retained list of Man United players. Has the world come to an end? So it shows you that first of all, if they study the back, because listen, in this summer transfer window, one of the areas that Ineos are desperate to solve is the wings. We've got only one promising winger. He's not even world class yet. He's promising in Alejandro Garnacho. The other wing is dead, yet we have about 5 players earning crazy amounts of money to do absolutely nothing. Marcus Rashford, one who is off social media now, he doesn't want. It looks like he doesn't want to play for the club anymore. Yet he's our highest paid player. The other is paid £350,000 per week to play for Borussia Dortmund. His loan spell is done. He's giving us conditions to return unless Erik Ten Hag is not there. That's the other. The third one is an £85 million flop who no one has an idea what exactly he's thinking in his head. He's all over the place, all scattered. He scores one goal in an FA Cup game and he celebrates like he has turned water into wine. That's the other. The other is a boy who was loaned to was it Granada? He's returning, but honestly, he's not up there. He's way off the pace. The other is one young lad who is extremely promising but is injury prone, but also the manager, for some reason, does not trust him, doesn't want to give him enough chances. He started giving him chances towards the end of the season. At the tail end of it, he didn't. We don't know whether he got injured or not. So, our best bet, and you can talk about the Mike says, we can talk about all these wingers we've been linked with, but none of them will be better than Mason Greenwood. Let me tell you, if there is a slight window, a slight chance and possibility that we can have Greenwood back, let's take the gamble. Bring him back and we see what is the worst that can happen. Now that he's in our retained list, what's the worst that can happen? And of course, it's because, well, first of all, we know that Ineos, first of all, were clearly open from the onset. Sir Jim Ratcliffe said we won't be bullied. We won't do things to impress anyone. We will base things on reason and facts and be as objective as we can be. That's what he's trying to do with Erik Ten Hag. Now, honestly, objectivity means this boy is legally, first of all, allowed to play for Man United. There is no legal basis under which they can banish him from Old Trafford legally. He would sue them. There is no legal basis because he's a free man, and all this perfection, image that certain United supporters or racist United supporters are trying to depict is all useless because legally the boy is free. He's back with the same girl. and everything is okay with him. So there is no basis under which, whether the moral card, whichever card you want to play, Greenwood can come back to Manchester United. So let no one bully us into letting go of our most important player. Yet if we brought back Greenwood, we would solve more than 50% of our problems. We would then release the money, the nearly £60 million we want to waste again on a winger, yet none will be better than him. Then we will have more money to spend on the best holding midfielder we can get, which is one of the biggest departments we need to solve. Money to spend on the two centre backs we need to sign, Todibo and the other, either Lenny Yoro or whoever. Money to spend on left back, which is an emerging position. By the way, Luke Shaw was seen in the training for England, so probably he's back fit, but his fitness again can be questioned. So maybe if he's fully fit, of course the Euros are in a week, so we should be able to judge and see whether he's 100% fit and know whether we need to spend on a left back. But Luke Shaw returned, but of course we still might need a left back as a backup. So we need to free up money. We cannot be spending money on a winger when you have 5 wingers doing nothing. A sixth one is our player, but best winger in the world, but you can't have him back just because of a few people who have their selfish racial undertones and reasons why they think he can't come back. Guys, we are Manchester United. We should be able to take firm grounds. For me, by the way, whatever decision Ineos makes with Mason Greenwood, for me, will determine so much how I respect them going forward. Of course, I cannot force them out, but how I respected them when they came in. I liked how Sir Jim Ratcliffe spoke, but it's now time to act. The same way the majority of Man United supporters want Erik Ten Hag back, and they say Ineos should listen to the majority. Why is it then that they can't listen to the majority who want Greenwood back? Why should we only listen to him when it comes to Erik Ten Hag, but not to Mason Greenwood? Guys, hypocrisy of the highest order. Let this be the year. Let this Ineos era be the era we dish out hypocrisy from Manchester United. It's not right at all. It's bad. So that said, it's good progress. Now, Erik Ten Hag's situation as well is interesting. Apparently, reports are saying Ineos have opened fresh talks with potential Erik Ten Hag replacements. Meanwhile, it is also said that Ineos might sack Erik Ten Hag today, the 5th of June. That's the day I've recorded this video. I don't know when you watch it. But all this is news coming through. I told you when it comes to this Ineos and Erik Ten Hag thing, they are still trying to be as careful as they can be. Whereas Ten Hag is on holiday, of course his representatives will be there to come and speak. He doesn't have to. Someone was telling me, how will they talk to Erik Ten Hag when he's not there? No, he doesn't have to be there. These people are companies. They are represented. They have people representing them who speak for them. So it's not always they have to talk to them directly. They do talk to them directly as well if they have to, but that doesn't mean if he's on holiday, even his representatives cannot be contacted. But it is said that could happen. But the whole point is, I mean, the decision will be expedited and it won't go beyond this week. That's the whole point. But it seems to be tending more towards him being sacked. From what I have gathered, I've said it before. I cannot confirm it, but I've said it before here that Ineos have, from my sources inside Carrington, they seem to just suggest that Ineos have already sacked the guy. But guys, again, I'm just saying, if he's not sacked, no one is sure. But my sources say so, so I cannot come here and relatively say that. But whatever they're doing, I think they've been trying to sort a couple of things. I love the fact that when it comes to players now, there is, I think, a bit of progress. At least we are getting some bit of decisions, communications with players. Let go of 8 players and what have you. They're still talking to more Tom Heaton and Johnny Evans to see if they stay for a little longer. So you can see that at least there are things being done. It's not really a dull place, really, entirely. We want to see. But the most important thing we want to know is whether or not Erik Ten Hag does stay. But most importantly for me now, before even getting to, by the way, if Mason Greenwood would return to Manchester United, I wouldn't care who the manager is. They can bring back David Moyes for all I care. I mean, just a figure of speech, really. I'm not saying they should bring back David Moyes. I know you people can be solid. Some of you just cannot understand the figure of speech, really. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't care who the manager is. Greenwood back for me would be the best decision Ineos would make in this summer. Not sacking or retaining Erik Ten Hag, not buying Michael Olise or whoever. Bring back Mason Greenwood. For me, I would know that Ineos indeed are in charge. They are the boss. I would salute them every day I come here to do a video. I'll salute Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because I would know then he's being his own man. There is no Glazer thinking for him behind scenes and confusing the life out of him. I would know that then this guy paid his money and seriously wants value for money, because if you want value for money, United needs a winger, a good winger, and there is none better than Mason Greenwood. It's good they are open. If they're not getting a good offer, he was linked to Napoli, Juventus, but they said if they don't get a good deal, they would rather keep him and extend his stay. There is an option of keeping him by a further 1 year, but also find ways of reintegrating him back into the squad. For me, this is the first step in that direction, which definitely is the right direction to take. So, Greenwood back, Greenwood back, Greenwood back. Greenwood will return to Manchester United, and trust you me, life will go on. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop down in the comment section and let me know whether you think Mason Greenwood should return or not. You could have changed your mind because you're excited by Olise. Let me ask you, between Greenwood and Olise, if we had to choose one, if we had to choose bringing back Greenwood and buying Michael Olise, what do you think? What would you choose? Let me know what you think. My name is Webb. This is the Ineos Sport. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you later. Peace, love, and harmony.